Yeah, and I think I'll take the controlling what you're taking in one step further. I mean, we spend so much time on social media. I think that there's another way, not only turning off personalized ads, but there's a mute function on people's stories and feeds. And I won't say that you should necessarily put everyone into a box and mute everyone or unfollow or block or what have you, because I don't think that, putting yourself in a vacuum is necessarily the right way to test your beliefs. However, I do think, and I do believe that if you have someone that's hella negative all the time, you probably shouldn't spend 80% of your time with them. Yeah. You might want to spend 20% or less time with them. And so just the same, if someone is perpetuating things that are riling you up and you've gotten to the core, you know how you feel about it, but you just, every time you see it, it brings about some anger, brings about some emotion that detracts or distracts you from what you're trying to do. There's a mute button. And guess what? IG doesn't tell them there's a mute. It doesn't tell them who's muted by who. Okay? Yeah. They take that information in for sure, and they're seeing it, but you already signed away your life to them when you signed up for that. So let that one go. I think that, people really get in this habit of, I got to make sure that I stay right on up with everything Sae'Von says and everything James says. And, I got to make sure, and I'll use a couple of our acquaintances. Yeah. As an example, where I got to watch Daniel Price's every single one of his reels right when he posts it. Not the case. Information, unless he decides to archive it, or unless any of us decide to archive or delete, it's going to be there. Or unless the tech company itself decides to silence you, which be careful, you talk a little bit too much about some things that the governing bodies don't want you to talk about, and you will get silenced. However, regardless, the individuals that are in your life that you're spending time around, that you're seeing, that you're interacting with on the social media platforms will show you them first. If those people are adding to the bullshit energy that you're perpetuating that is ruining your day, maybe you need to mute them. And maybe you can still have a relationship with them, but you can then also control your time with them. I mean, yeah, the personalized ads, they really get shifty with that. But so does people's content, especially if you have a relationship with them and then it pisses you off when you see it. You're just giving unneeded and unwarranted emotion to something that other person probably doesn't even have an idea that you care about.
Facts.
And so then maybe you bring resentment into a conversation or a relationship because you're pissed off about what they're posting all the time, when in fact they feel like they're living their truth and you never say anything. You're just putting yourself in prison here. Mental prison. We do it in a lot of different ways, but I would say the 3 recommendations would be those 3, especially in this information age. And let's not confuse knowledge and information.